Hello everybody and welcome back to the DCAC channel, where in this series we solve Leetcode questions to prepare for technical interviews and just to practice programming and learn some Python along the way. So let's solve our next question. Once again, I'm picking from the easy questions. Just for starters, at some point we will definitely be switching to the medium ones, but I want to get a feel for that. And of course, there are plenty of questions that are interesting. So let's just continue solving those first. Let's reverse vowels of a string. Sounds interesting. I kind of prefer working with strings nowadays. They always present some interesting questions or problems. So 3, 4, 5. Reverse vowels of a string. Write a function that takes a string as input and reverses only the vowels of a string. So if we have hello, we will take this one and we will swap their places. That means, okay, note the vowels do not include the letter Y. Yeah, and are there any, what does swap, reversing a vowel in this case mean? That's the thing that we need to understand. Is it reversing the order? And it looks like it. How can we do this? So if we have a string like Leetcode and we extract only the vowels, we'll have them in this order. And of course, reversing the string would not be hard. Reversing the string would net us something like this. Problem is, how do we do well, how do we not let's start with the string itself, Leetcode. How would we do this manually? We would manually write a non-vowel, or I don't know, consonant was it called? Vowels and consonants, yes. And the consonant we'll just type as is. For the second one, we know it is a vowel, so we need its reversed index. Well, it's farmost vowel. We could keep an index, but it sounds like a hassle. Like this. I think there's something else to it. Because in this case I would basically have to map, okay, this is the first vowel, what is the last vowel? It's E. Okay, this is the second vowel, what is the second last vowel? Right? And I could theoretically do it this way. Do I really want to do it this way? So if I have two strings, of course copy it, I could literally run a loop with indices, and if I see a vowel, I can get its index. Well, yeah, its index and its relative occurrence. This is the first vowel, and then do a second loop for when I see the vowel at this index. I know it's the first vowel, so I go from here backwards looping, and I want to see the very first vowel that I find backwards. When I see that, I should get it, and I should put it on the index that I've seen while looping through normally. So getting this one would be index 0, 1, 2, index 2, I know the index is 2, and I know this is the second vowel that I find. So on this at this place I can also start looping backwards to find the second vowel. When I find the second vowel, I know I have to put it on index 2. This is not a vowel. I get actually here, this is not a vowel, this consonant, we skip that. This is a consonant, we skip that. And the vowels do not include the letter Y. Does that mean that we just ignore the letter Y? I guess we don't count it as a vowel. We see an O here, and this is at which index is that? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And this is the third vowel. So we move back from here, looking for the third vowel. This is the first, this is the second, this is the third. So we go over to the index 5, put it here, and for the last one, of course, 6, 7, index 7. On the index 7 we need to find the fourth vowel, and the fourth vowel would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we go to this index, we put it here, and this is our basically backwards reversal algorithm. I'm just worried what would happen if we had what's it called, even versus not even, not an even, an odd number of vowels, for example E, A, O. The reverse version would be basically the A would never change its position, but that's okay. Okay, we can actually do this. For character, or actually we want for index and character in enumerate s, this is our string. So basically we are enumerating, and we just put our list of vowels. Vowels equals A, O, E, U, I guess, and Y is not. Okay, let's just quickly check, because I'm not an English native speaker, so I'm not sure. Vowels, English language, exactly, A, E, I, O, U. Yeah, okay. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. So while looping, of course we want to know our vowel count, and let's see, let's start with a 0, and now we start the loop. If our char not in vowels, then we know to continue and basically skip the whole thing, because it will be a consonant. Else we are doing, well, you can even write it, else we are doing, we are seeing that we know that we are actually having a vowel, so we do vowel count plus equals 1, so we increase this count. We know we have found a vowel, and we also want to have for reverse vowel in let's see, how can I know I can actually, yeah, just quickly reverse string Python. There was a slicing operation, but I think it's easier to just, yeah, okay, let's just do it like this. This is exactly the operation I was looking for. So we can basically, with this operation, we can reverse our string. And actually, I want to have a copy of the string, and that would actually be our output, is a copy of our string. So let's just go from there, and we are looking. So we are at the point where we have found a vowel. We know its index, right? And now we just want to see where we find our vowel with this count. And I guess we need a temporary lookup count, and the lookup count would start from 0. And now we want to see if this a reverse actually char, let's call it a char, in our vowels list. We know it's a vowel. If that's the case, we basically update the lookup count, and we also directly want to, after that, check, let me just quickly think about it. We are only updating a count, and we know that if our lookup, or basically vowel, well, let's call it lookup, I'm just thinking about it. I guess I'll say if our vowel count equals our lookup count at any point, we know we have found exactly the vowel that we wanted. And now we can do output on this index. So basically we were looping backwards, and we know this is the vowel that we are looking for because it's the number of vowel that we are looking for, or the nth vowel. And now we also know the index, and we basically substitute this old value with our new vowel, and this would be, in this case, I just don't want to be, yes, to make it wrong, to get it wrong. So we have obtained a reverse character in a new place, and this is only for vowels. And if we did that, we are breaking this this algorithm. After we break this algorithm, we get back here, and we know that we have updated our vowel only in the case we have found one. And now we have also even updated our output, right? Now we can go back and go to the next one. And for the next one, we again see it is a vowel. We update here our counter. Now it says 2. We start again. We are looking for vowels backwards. We find the first one is a vowel, but it is not the second one because we are looking for the second one. So we can actually go again. This is basically not a vowel, it's a consonant, so we don't update, and this condition also doesn't hold true. And then we are at O in this backwards order, and now we update because we know it's a vowel, and we are actually meeting our condition here, the second vowel, and we have our index here, right? For this index, we can actually substitute now, and we substitute with this character, which is the O character, and we break, and we can go forth. And I think this should be our algorithm. Of course, we are basically enumerating through the whole thing, looking for these cases, and once we are done with the whole string, we have effectively substituted everything in output that needed a vowel change. Now, I'm not exactly, I haven't actually thought about every possible case, but from this perspective, I think there is nothing wrong with the logic. Maybe something wrong with the syntax. For example, care, I'm not sure if it's allowed, if I'm allowed to type naming that says care on character. And for example, this one, yeah, string object does not have a copy function. Well, I guess I'll just I'll say this, and we'll see if that works. And we also see that we cannot, yes, this was something I already had an issue with in a previous question, if you've seen the other videos. All right, yes, we had to do this weird split, which I guess we are doing. So output would be our output, and we're going all the way until index, and now we are putting our character, and now we are going from index +1 to the end, right? And in this case, we should be able to substitute this way. I don't like the way Python handles this. Yes, sorry. Like this. There should be a better way of handling strings, and I'll look for a library or something that we could use, because I don't think this is a proper way of handling strings. Like other languages have them way easier. So input output, we got our output right. Let's try the Leetcode one. I'm curious if we actually got everything right. But it's looking good for now, which is yeah, it is definitely better than what I was expecting from a question that's kind of tricky on the logic again, just because this kind of makes things a bit complicated, running both ways with indexing. But as you can see, we actually got both right, and quickly testing with an empty string, because they didn't say there wouldn't be an empty string, or basically they would exclude an empty string, so we have to check and actually program for that. And there you have it. I think this is done, and I think it actually looks kind of cool. I like the structure. So how did we do? Do we get a runtime timeout? No, we get a wrong answer. All right, we didn't include any character that any of the big characters, like the uppercase ones. So let's add those, and I think we are still okay with just this, but I'll still test it, because why not? So this input output should have been differently, because yeah, we didn't actually take it as a vowel. Other than that, I don't see anything right now. We did add all of those uppercase vowels, yes. they didn't yeah, well, it is something on me, to be honest. Again, when it comes to strings, string manipulation, character manipulation, always try and yeah, think about those cases. Time limit exceeded, eh? All right, so in our case they want something that runs faster. Yeah, anyway, I think I'll still leave this this solution as is. Yeah, Leetcode didn't really accept it, but I think it's a good solution nonetheless. For a interview, you would still be able to basically solve your issue like this. Maybe I'll revisit it at some point with something that's even faster, and I actually have something in mind, but for now I think this is actually a totally valid answer, and it works as intended, even though yeah, it reached their time limit. So thank you for watching, and I hope this was educational. As you can see, you need to, at least in this solution, you need to think about going over both directions, which does require some thinking while implementing. So there are like multiple places where you can mess something up. So I would urge you to try something, maybe this or something similar. Definitely helpful. I know in programming there are a lot of times where we actually have to keep track of multiple things going in different directions, having different ideas behind them, although they look very similar, like in this case the characters. So definitely something you should try. And yeah, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing, liking maybe this video, however you like it, and see you next time.